right, I guess I'm live. Up, am I live? Looks like there's 7 people here. So I decided to just come online before everybody goes to sleep. I saw other people were live tonight. And as you can see, I'm still nursing my boo-boo. But isn't this nice? I wrapped it in silk, which I just think is such a cool idea. So it's actually, even though I sprained my hand, I'm making, as you can see, a fashion statement. So I just wanted to just speak a moment and just tell people to breathe. That there's a hi Mark, hi Noel. I hope you're doing okay. Noel, I sent prayers. Hi Carol, Dorian. I wanted to give the floor to the other readers. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm using the microphone. As you can see, I am in my boudoir. Oops. I just wanted to hang out with my friends on YouTube. So it's interesting, as a remote viewer, when I went in, there's a huge chunk of mail-in ballots in Florida that are just sitting there. They haven't gotten counted. I know there's a 5-day delay in Georgia. So I think that they should not have called Florida so quick, because they're claiming that Miami-Dade only had a return rate of 51%, but the Republican strongholds are claiming that their return rate was like 78%. So where's the other 27% of the mail-in ballots from Miami-Dade? Nobody's ready to say something's not kosher. You see what I'm saying? But I look at data, and in the surrounding suburbs, you're seeing this swing of 5-10 points. So something stinks in Florida. We need to find those ballots in Miami-Dade that probably are either sitting in post office boxes languishing, or other facilities. So that's what's going on in Florida. We don't need Florida, but energetically, I just feel there's a whole ton of ballots. That guy needs to go to prison. I mean, there are a ton of ballots that haven't even arrived to be counted. When I scanned energetically, I saw Georgia was blue, and I tried not to be biased. I looked at all the data, but I also did remotes. I went in. Georgia had turned blue. Florida, I believe I had mixed feelings about Florida, but I thought it was going to go blue. And North Carolina, I saw going blue. Texas, I thought would go red, but it would make strongholds in the north, which it did. Because when I had followed the shifting energy, I wound up in North Texas, and that was one of the suburbs that flipped this time. So that was interesting. What's interesting when you go on the ground energetically in the Midwest is these are not people that like Donald Trump. Now, people in remote areas that mail in ballots, people in certain areas, like I said, a lot of ballots haven't been counted yet, and also the major Democratic strongholds haven't been counted yet either. So, I did see film footage of them cracking open champagne in Pennsylvania, because I guess they knew that they had achieved their goal of something like 100 million people had voted, and they knew from the returns how many returned ballots from Democrats had come in from Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And so because they already had the exit polls, they were celebrating early in Pennsylvania. So conservatively right now, they're saying Biden takes it with 290. But to be honest with you, I think it's 290 with the suppression of the vote. Oh, is that what happened, Jack? I had no idea. Thank you for answering that question, though, because like I said, I'm just a remote viewer. I find the energy. I'm basically a hound dog for hire. Yes, I work for chocolate and coffee. You can ask my friend Mark Rhodes. He'll tell you all about it. And pasta. But when I thank you, by the way, whoever explained what was going on in North. I had no idea what that was, but when I went into North Texas, it had to do with trade, the fact that it was bordering 3 other states, and the female vote. I'm very concerned about the numbers that we're getting, not reflecting the returned votes from, or the mail-in votes. So that's got me concerned. Patricia Jones, you're stressed. Would it make you feel any better if I would tell you that they were celebrating in Pennsylvania because Biden's exit poll showed a minimum of 290, and they weren't counting on Arizona? So he also gained. Nebraska has 2 areas, and he also won all of Maine, which means that we probably flipped the seat in Maine. So things look better than I think the Democrats realized, because first it was the day of, which was the big Trump show. Then they have to open up the mail-ins. And the other complication is that there's a 5-day delay in Democratic strongholds in Georgia, North Carolina, Florida. And when you only have a return rate of 51% in Miami-Dade, but 78% in Republican strongholds, something is very, very fishy. Where are those mail-in ballots? Where did they did not just get up and walk off on their own. Well, actually, I don't know if that's, let's just, like they said, breathe. Hey, if worse comes to worse and we get 4 more years of Trump, you'll have 4 more years of, I don't know, people, we'll get through it. Chop wood, carry water. It does, I'm not, either one of 2 things have happened. Either it was suppression and delay of the vote, which they did intentionally, that we're seeing. And I don't think he's going to win. Just because I already saw they had the exit polls at 3:30, which are pretty solid, and so they already knew the result. They already opened champagne at 3:30. I kind of feel manipulated that we're supposed to be watching the commercials, and then they keep us at the edge of our seats, and I'm feeling kind of like we're being played a little bit, because if they already had the early exit polls and they already knew how many ballots had come in and they'd already counted everything, and I don't know, something is, Wisconsin hasn't counted their mail-in votes yet, and they haven't counted the Democratic strongholds yet. And the mail's been delayed. I hope Trump doesn't win. Yeah. But see, I spend a lot of time looking at maps, and no, Lindsey Graham didn't cheat. I mean, we didn't expect that seat to go to a Democrat. It was just that we were hoping Harrison would take it. I do love chocolate and coffee, Mark. Is the sound okay with me using this? It's supposed to get rid of the echo. Let's pull a card for Donald Trump. Mr. You'd think he's unbelievable though, right? Because he refuses to hang it up. He won't let it go. So, remember when we did cards and we got that, the Eight of Pentacles? I think it's the Eight of Pentacles. We got the card of the person going in with a fine-tooth comb and trying to change the numbers by throwing out votes, suppressing mail, making it hard to get to polling places, creating apathy in certain areas. They were talking to somebody who was trying to get people to register to vote in Detroit, and people in Detroit were just like, what's the point? Nothing changes, and I gotta work. And they could, people have to be motivated to vote. Let me just show you a card. Oh yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. That was the card we got for this election. Someone chiseling away. Chiseling away. So I guess what makes me angry and frustrated, just as a human being, is that the vote totals are not reflective of the American people. I don't, and also I don't like the idea of people trying to cheat us out in the open. Like, hey, look what we're doing. Ha ha. I'm going to be your president, even though you didn't vote for me. I'm going to con you into having me as your president by leaving your votes untallied in Miami-Dade. Then my friends in the swamp are going to help, and we're going to forget to mail things. And I hope he goes to prison. I'm going to stack the courts. I'm going to have prison reform so that rich white people can avoid jail, which is, I think, really why he cared about prison reform. It was probably to keep himself out of jail. Yeah. Well, I don't think we should get nervous just yet, because the suburbs are, real clear politics. 538 has, okay, let's see here. What's CNN saying? Saying it's a nail biter. He's definitely doing better than Hillary. Think on the bright side. You got to meet me and become friends of mine. We created a great community. I think he stole the election. He's trying to steal the election. I don't think he's going to get away with it. I think, but we got to get this nut job out of there. This is terrifying, because you're right about the Senate. Yay. Arizona. Yes, but Nate Silver said that we would take Florida, you know, and Georgia and North Carolina. It's all I can do is say that when I go into the energy, the votes are not the same as the energy. So where are the votes? If the votes are being, if people, number one, if people don't vote, but I think people were voting, I just, I don't understand why there's a mail-in, the mail return in Miami-Dade is 51%. That makes no sense considering how upset the people were, and it just doesn't make sense. So something is off there. So I think that they undertallied. I'm terrified about Nevada because Nevada is one that's shifting towards Trump. And I'm actually more scared about Nevada than anywhere. My sister's on the ground in Nevada. She was working as a poll person. She said it's terrifying. She's it's not a problem of recount. It's a problem that the votes haven't been counted at all. It's like when they went in with the film footage and they showed all of the stuffed envelope, all the envelopes and all the mail that hadn't been mailed, and that was 2 days ago. And they went in and they ordered the post office to take the stuff out, and they still hadn't. So that's playing out all over the swing states. And they were showing delays of up to 5 days. So I don't think it's anything as complicated as hacking. I really don't. I think it's just slowing down the vote and slowing down the poll so that people can't wait in line. They got to go to work, and not making voting day a national holiday so that the poor can't stay in line because they're paid an hourly wage and they're working at the diner, and so they got to get out of the line and they got to get to the diner. They don't need to vote, right? Yeah, but we thought he was going to win Florida, Texas, and Ohio. We weren't. I mean, it would have been nice if he had won them, but uh, the Florida is the big surprise because Nate Silver had him losing Florida. What? Nevada's 51. Oh God, but it doesn't mean anything. If that's Las Vegas, that doesn't mean anything because once you hit Sparks and Reno, good luck. I can't deal with dealing with. I mean, like I'm not even answering my phone because people are getting too freaked out, and it's freaking me out. I mean, you get to a point where you just have to accept the fact that uh, you do the best you can, but I'm sorry, this light is really bothering me. Sorry, I'm in my bed. I've just been sitting in the bed watching the polls. Why not sit in your bed without a bra, nursing a boo-boo in front of 900 people? You turn 57, you don't care anymore. Did everybody get a chance to see the stuff I posted from SNL? Did everyone get a good laugh about, they did an SNL about the lady in New York who isn't exactly homeless. She's got a rent controlled studio and she's like dancing with a shawl. Oh, I laughed my head off. That's going to be me in a couple of years. It's healing up, but it was a pretty bad boo-boo. I really like this idea. This is very Asian to just take a strip of silk, and I was like, oh, what do I wrap it in? What do I wrap it in? And I have, silk scarves, so I just used one, and I did a proper, and it's working great. Well, the exit polls that they're banking on. Here's what the exit polls said. I'll tell you what the exit polls said. And I don't know if they're going to be accurate, but here's what the exit polls said. They said Trump wins Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, and Biden wins the swing states of Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And he takes I think they had his total at 290. Ah, thanks, Barbara. But you know what? I used to live on the West Bank in Israel. I just, I can't be in a state of terror every single day. There comes a point when you just got to get on with your life. And move to Australia, or I love Australia. I would totally move there. It's just like, let the Americans, I give up. He has a shot in Georgia. Well, considering the fact that the mail's delayed 5 days in Georgia, and doesn't surprise me. I don't think Lindsay should get too comfortable. They should. Georgia should do it tomorrow, because they haven't counted the mail-ins that are still in the. I mean, this is so stupid. Yeah, but they haven't counted any of the mail-ins from the Democratic strongholds, or even the Democratic strongholds. So, oh, Georgia's leading by. Well, when I went in, like, I'll be honest with you guys. If I go in and see something, I'll tell you what I see, because I just follow energy. When I followed the energy, and both Georgia and North Carolina looked like they were going. North Carolina is becoming like a hippie place. All the hippies that want to go live on the farm are moved to North Carolina. Well, we have a lot more people in our defense. We're a much larger country in terms of population than Canada, but we will count every vote. I'm confident. Yeah, I really think that, even though I doubt Jamie Harrison, because I've looked at the polls, not I think if anyone was going to take it away from Lindsey Graham, it would be Jamie Harrison. And even if Jamie Harrison doesn't take it this time, he's somebody who is so respected in South, or Jamie Harrison in South Carolina. He's so respected that I think that he can take it the next time. He did very well for the first time run. Think about it that way. This was his first run, and look how well he did in a southern state. That's unbelievable. Hi, Nine's Corner. Yeah, I mean, why would you call Florida when you know that there's something like 2 million mail-in votes? That, I mean, it's just like, what are you guys doing? Well, the reason why the exit polls were so strong for Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, it's interesting, was because of the return rate. because they had called every single person and then they had checked and it had returned and it was like straight blue. When they reached a certain ceiling, that was when they had the celebration, because even though the votes had not been counted, they knew the votes were there, and by a strong margin. So that's what's going on in Pennsylvania. But something's definitely, Miami-Dade is being undercounted. So I thought we were leading in Nevada. Please tell me we're leading in Nevada. That's the state that has me the most nervous. Well, you can see I can put weight on it. It's not broken, but I thought it was broken because it hurt. Like, I thought I did have a hairline fracture, but it turned out it was just really busted. It was just really bruised. And a hematoma. That was a hematoma, but not a broken bone. But it looked horrible. But now it's almost back to normal. I'm a baby. I can't take a lot of pain. It was like, I hurt. Boo boo. I mean, now you can see it's like normal again. But it's still a little sensitive, so I'm keeping it. I'm a total baby. I'm a sensitive. Yeah, no broken bones, just a broken ego. Yeah, thank God. I don't want to break anything. I mean, like Nevada, it doesn't matter. It has to do with which areas of Nevada. If he's up 2.7 in Vegas, that's really bad news. Yeah, but which areas are they counting? Oh, it's much more than, it's much less than 75% because of the mail-ins. We don't know if you have a return rate, like I said, if you have a return rate in Miami-Dade of 51 and it's the largest county and it's strongly Democrat and it has one of the lowest return rates in the state, come on. Not that we need Florida, but it would be nice if Americans would vote for Florida. Is this weird that I'm like sitting in my bed? I'm a very, after my awakening, I stopped caring about what people think. I'm just me. I know it's a bit weird. I should probably worry about this. All right, let's do a collective. Let's do a couple of collectives. We're going to do a couple of 3-card Monties. Let's do the full Monty, people. You want to do the full Monty? Nice. All right, let's go there. I want to call on white light protection for myself and the community as we ask permission from spirits to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journey to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, for the people we love, and even to help those we have strife with. And together we say, Amen. So I'm seeing pockets. I'm sorry, I started remote viewing when I was talking. I went in and I saw the map. So There are parts of the Midwest which are really undercounted right now, and I think what I'm seeing. Remember when I had said that Iowa was going to get tricky? Iowa. They're saying Trump won Iowa, but when you go into that energy, it's a bit weird, Iowa. I don't get that it's all that pro-Trump in Iowa. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3-card Monty, 3-card spread. I call it a Monty. Like it was cool. They were calling the last weekend of the campaign a blitz. Did y'all notice that? They're doing their weekend blitz of voting. I was like, yeah. I got the idea blitz from chess because I learned to play chess, but all right, let's do this. Here is what everybody in the group needs to hear right now. Have faith in the people, have faith in the Constitution, have faith in your ethos. It's interesting. The Hierophant makes me think of a Sikh concept which is called Wahiguru. Wahiguru is the internal self that is connected to the divine. I often think of it as the pit of my stomach. I often will hold my stomach and I will get in touch with myself by holding my stomach. Hi, Connie. I just noticed you were here. I'll hold my stomach, which is the second brain, and I'll just check in on I'll check in on things a little bit. But what I like about the Hierophant is that it's the ethos. It's the inner guru. It's or in the Sikh tradition, like I say, the Wahiguru. So stay in your centered self. Politicians come and go. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Good, this too shall pass. It always passes. Everything passes, right? So just let us be in our Buddha. It's kind of interesting. Be in our ethos. Remember when we've done the card readings, we always get the same thing when we do the meditation, which is be about your business. If Trump wins, be about your business. If Biden wins, be about your business. No matter what, just be about your business. Very good, good, good. I'm hoping Vegas will. Vegas does not want to stop gay marriage. You know why they want gay marriage in Vegas? They want liberal, 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 because it's great for the economy. You start saying who can and can't get married, you could potentially destroy the economy, a really hardy economy in Vegas. And so that's why they're going to hopefully always side with the progressives and left, because it's an economic decision more than anything else. Where we're headed, victory. The calm, wishful queen. Let's do a clarification. We have the star over the Constitution, the star over us, an anointing. Over the victory, a strong foundation, waiting for our ships to come in. The numbers haven't been counted yet. We're still waiting. Over the dreaming woman, we will lose some of the battles. Yeah, the Senate, damn it. What are the races we lost in the Senate? Why do they think we lost the Senate? Oh, really? His astrology chart? I need to learn astrology. I find my mother was a brilliant astrologer. I think if my mother had known that she could make money as an astrologer, my whole life would have been different. She used to do it for free. She would spend hours doing people's charts by hand. And it's like, I'm thinking in hindsight, you do realize you actually could have had a really good income. It's kind of funny. The down ballot races were weird. Ernst in Iowa. Well, I don't think we thought we were going to win that one. Hmm. Yeah, but I mean, do you guys realize that they haven't counted the Democratic votes yet? Did Collins win? Collins could not have won Maine. Collins did not win in Maine. Are you serious? How could Collins win? That's insane. They hate her in Maine. Collins won? Oh my God. How's that even possible? Oh, let me look. Who would vote for Susan Collins? I never did anything on Susan Collins. 84% reporting. Um, hmm. The race has not been called for Susan Collins. There's 84% in, and it looks like looks like we're going to have to wait. This doesn't make any sense. So that's why I think I think we'll know once the votes have gotten counted. How many votes have been counted? There's supposed to be something like last time there were 150 million. So let's see here. I don't know if they're telling us. Well, we'll just have to see how it goes. I don't think she's going to take Maine. I think they hate her in Maine. %57 of the votes in Maine. Let's see what the Democrats do, because it is beyond my comprehension that the women of Maine would vote for that woman. They detest her. Ah, thank you, Eliza. But it goes back to maybe we need to stop watching cable news because I think that it lulls us into believing that that we're all on the same team. And oh, I heard Biden took Maine. Let's see here. That doesn't make any sense. That means if they did that, then it means they're counting the strongholds. All right, let's see here. Maine. Huh. Let me find this. I think Biden was favored to win. I keep grabbing the wrong thing. Why do I keep doing that? Here we go. Maine had a 55.2% chance of, it has a 90% chance of going with Biden. That's according to Nate. The Senate, let's see here. There's a 75% chance we were going to win control of the Senate. And let's see. Sarah Gideon is favored at 59 out of 100 throws. So she's slightly favored. It just doesn't make any sense that people would vote for Susan Collins. Where would these people be watching their news that they would want to? I don't want to hear anything Trump has to say. Collins is way ahead. That makes no sense to me. They must not have counted the mail-ins or something. It must be the day of or something. Why would anyone vote for her? So if Trump, I don't think Trump's going to win the election, but if he did, where would everybody go? Would they stay? Would they leave? Oh, I love Greece. Greece is nice. Nate Silver said the polls are off. When did he say that? In context with what? I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. If you look at the count, and then they say, "Up, the same day votes from Southern Pennsylvania are in. Trump's leading in Pennsylvania 9 points," and everybody has a meltdown. And then they say, "Oh, we've got some stuff coming in from Pittsburgh. Okay, now Biden's up too." Up, Trump's up because we got more stuff. It's just, yeah, it's not helpful. We should talk about something that is it's not something we have any control over at this point. We all voted. Hey, Catablot, do you know any more information about that? Like, how is it a significant amount or just a few? Texas had hold on a second. Texas had 9.5 million votes. My favorite place in the world right now is Australia. I love Australia. I would just be a beach bum. Biden is way ahead in Maine. Exactly. Which is why the down ballots are not making any sense, and something stinks in Denmark, as they say. Sure, they do, because when they started CNN, it was the same people that had sports shows, and they wanted to see if they could have it be like a sports show where you have your team. And so everybody battles for their team, and then so CNN is like that. It's people battling, and meanwhile you don't find out, and it's cheap. It's cheap to produce. It gets people angry. They all want to beat each other up, but nobody gets educated, and it's well, it's just it doesn't really do anything except piss us all off. I mean, we're not getting it's not real news, because to produce real news costs money. You have to go to Myanmar. You have to go into send your you have to pay your reporters a real salary and send them into harm's way in order to, that's an expensive way to produce the news. So, but what's cheaper is to give some grifter $500 to sit there and pontificate about what he thinks, and in the end means it's just a waste of an afternoon. It's like, it's not real news. Kansas did great. I mean, if you look at Kansas as a state, it's moving in the right direction. If this is the best they could do, and this was their big blowout, showing up in those swing states, and all Trump's people showed up, and they haven't counted our stuff, then I think we did very well. Because if you look at like the Republican strongholds, they moved in our favor like a lot. I think I feel okay, because I realize that in the end, all we can do is be about our business. I'm not going to be purchasing from companies that are not green friendly. My life won't change. I'm going to continue to be a vegetarian and buy trees and be a philanthropist. Nothing has changed. And if the money grubby people who are promoting this president want to get my money, they'll get with the program. Yeah, like screaming about Florida. I don't think I really Trump didn't do that well in Florida. I think there's a lot of missing ballots. Well, if you believed, here's the version, because when I put myself in the shoes of the other, which is what a remote heart center remote viewer does, right? We're professional empaths. I'm barely surviving as it is financially. I'm living in God knows where. And these idiot liberals, this is me as the other, right? This is what I'm thinking. These idiot liberals are opening the door and letting a bunch of crazy criminal killers come in, and they just want to give away all these free services. If I really believed that was true, I would be pretty mad at the Democrats. They're giving everything away. We can't even feed our families. It's COVID, like from their perspective, we're giving away everything in the kitchen sink, and they can barely feed themselves, and we're raising taxes on them. If you believe that's true and you don't like Trump, you're just voting for him because things are bad. If you believed that was true, you would vote for Trump. He's going to declare victory, then he's pretty nuts. But it's what Biden said was going to happen, that he was going to try and steal the election. He's got 400 lawyers. I think we need to stay calm until we get the facts. I guess that's what I'm saying to people. Right? You want to give an opinion about any of this? Anything you want to say to your fans? To the 950 people that are currently worshiping and adoring you? They like hearing you purr. Like to make a statement? Yeah. Is that your final opinion? Okay, then. You heard it here first. Mila has made her statement. Oh my God, don't look at that laundry. You weren't supposed to look at all the laundry I was supposed to fold. I can't fold the laundry. It was like, I'll wait. So I threw it on that. Yes, I know. Yeah, what they were saying in Pennsylvania, because I saw the film footage of them popping the cork, that when it came through, when they had the numbers tallied, that the certain numbers had been secured. What were we going to say about that? Oh, I can't remember, but they knew that so Trump must have known that. He must have seen the same. I know what this is. I mean, we mailed in the votes. The votes are there. We've already won, and he's trying to keep them from being counted. It's exactly what they said was going to happen. A remote viewing on what? Hi, Becca. It doesn't matter because, and I think the race is going to tighten in Iowa too, as more and more of the mail-ins start trickling in. I don't think we won Iowa, but I think that Iowa and the Midwest in general, the feeling there was they're not fans. A lot of them are not fans of this president. Mila, what are you playing with? She always has to go do that. Yeah, I think Biden's the winner. Biden has 400 lawyers. I don't see um, Amy Comey Barrett. I don't see her siding with Trump on this if that happened. But you don't. You have plenty of time to certify an election, which is why. I mean, nothing Trump's saying makes any sense. He's just blabbering insane. I mean, you can't. What is this governor's vote? 8-3 GOP Dems. What? I don't know what that is. Mila, cut that out, please. Mila, don't do that. Mila, what did I tell you? I said not to. She wants attention. She doesn't want me talking. So she's, Mila, why don't you come up here? Hey, you want to come hang with our friends? Nope. She wants, you know how she is. I don't know. I don't know. We can't. I guess what I'm saying to people is let's have a panic attack after the votes are counted. Before then, it's just kind of, I mean, we all did what we were supposed to do. We voted. Now we can all go plant in our gardens. What time is it? I think I have a bunch of patients tomorrow. See, life goes on. Life goes on. Oobla-dee, oobla-da. Life goes on, raw. Is anybody here like me? Is this like a woman's thing where you do your work lying in a bed? I prefer lying down to sitting in a chair. Is anybody else like that? I have like the perfect job because I can just lie here. Like I will like lie in bed and write patient reports. It's fun. Why sit? Sometimes I think, okay, I have to be a professional, sit at the chair, organize my, and then why? I'll take my notes onto the bed. I'll listen to NPR. It's like, and be comfortable. The work gets done. Who cares? What? Oh, so Trump is saying that the election was stolen. So he's kicking off a presser by claiming falsely that the election was stolen from him. It's the worst possible lie. Oh, well, yeah, because like I said, they're very precise. They already counted the votes at 3:30. They knew they were at 290. I mean, it would have been nice. They comfortably knew 290. Hey, if we can do better than 290, I'm happy with that. But it'll probably be 290. Yeah, I write on the bed and I get ink stains, and I bought these beautiful sheets that are a fortune, really expensive, and inevitably they get ink on them. Why are people hurting Revealing Light? She's brilliant. She's a true intellectual. What I really like about Revealing Light is that also Johnny, Tarot's Apprentice, Becca. The reason why those are my favorite readers. Also, Sheila, of course. I like Sheila. Is because they really, truly love the art of Tarot. Tarot is an art form, and especially what I appreciate when I see Becca's work is the detail where she will actually write out the chart and then she will document that kind of love of Tarot is something that it's kind of like being a basketball player on your weekend, what do? You play basketball because you love what you do so much. You want to do it all the time. And I think that that's what I see with myself and the other readers. Even though I got a doctoral degree, I became a doctor, I actually became sad because I wasn't allowed to. I thought I couldn't continue to play with my cards because it just is so much fun for me. I enjoy it so much. What happened on Linda G's post? I don't care if Trump is speaking. He's insane. Let's wait and see. We don't know if we won Senate law. We don't know what. We haven't gotten the votes yet. Yes, she's very good. Marianne is very good. She's very precise, and she really knows the cards. Nine's corner. Okay. See, I don't have time to like hang out and see everybody. But Linda G said a Biden landslide. That makes sense. If say you had a return in Dade County that was only 65%, which would be a lot lower than the Republican strongholds because of the sheer volume of people there, that would probably change the election. So it's underreporting how many ballots were sent by about 20%. And so that is significant enough to where we need to find out why that discrepancy is there. It just doesn't make any sense when most of the canvassing that was taking place in Broward and Miami-Dade. Makes no sense at all. So something is not right, and Biden rightfully was worried. Mila, how many times do I have to ask you not to do that? I'm going to get the water bottle, and then you're going to be a very unhappy girl. Okay, I'm getting the water bottle. This is getting serious. Jeez. What do you want? You want to eat again? You want a midnight snack? Trying to look presentable in my braless sleep state. She's hungry. She wanted her she gets a midnight snack, and I forgot to give it to her. That's all. We have a little like ritual. She gets a little snack. She gets a little playtime before we go to bed. So I was late. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see Trump attempt to steal this election. What a nut job. Braless. Yeah, I'm going to sleep, Trump declared himself winner. That's funny. I know that we haven't counted. To give yourself perspective, most people live in major cities in Pennsylvania, and they haven't counted them. It's just, yeah. So he's really wonky. Look, I think we all want a blue wave, but I think we all need to breathe and just, again, remember 5-day delays in the mail. This is all deliberate attempts to steal the election. Braless in Seattle. Are you braless in Seattle? Did everybody get a chance to see SNL the last couple weeks? Gosh, they're so funny now. I don't know a lot about healing in Russian healing, but they're very open-minded to it, and they do funds are like the British. Okay, we're back on. I mean, in the sense that like the British, there isn't a lot of belief that you can be creative or have a salon experience or listen to music and play chess and have a tarot card reading. I mean, that was the salon experience, was to simply be open-minded and to try things. And um, I think that's something that Americans and the Brits are not, well, the Brits are a little bit better than that, but I think of it as more like a Eastern European thing where people will sit around and talk about Jung and the collective conscious. It's very acceptable in ways. I don't know. Here we're a little bit different. God, Jim Carrey is so talented. He didn't want to be an actor anymore. He retired. He's like, I just want to be an artist. And then he got pulled back into being an actor because he's just so good. Your cat could caress. Learning. Becca, let's. Oh boy. Should we? Yeah, Jim Carrey. I really like him. Yeah, I love Maya Rudolph too. I often will imitate Maya Rudolph because I just love her comedic style. She's very funny. Jeff Carey. You guys are really. How many are there? Wow, 900 of us. You guys are really upset. I know it's scary, but let's not get upset with, I feel like we're being manipulated by cable news. This is the most votes ever tallied in an election. There's something like 200 million or something, and they've only gotten through like 70 million of them, 80 million, maybe 100 million. I mean, but like think about all of the ballots that are still sitting in waiting to be mailed and stuff. Yeah. Biden thinks he's taken the blue wall of, I think he's exit polls are, the exit polls were really good in Michigan. He was up 13. The whole world is watching Trump on TV. What a nutter. God, he's such a nut job. Well, they're not going to call Michigan and Pennsylvania because they know they haven't counted the votes yet. Biden is leading in the popular vote by 10 points, but that's not going to help us in the Electoral College, because if he gets 75% of New York, but New York only has 60, that's the problem. Also, I think people have to realize that this has never happened before in an election where we've had a delay. Somebody intentionally make it so that people's mail-in ballots. We've never had an election with this many people voting, to give you guys a perspective. And we've never been in a situation where someone was intentionally blocking the ballots, which is a federal crime. The guy needs to go to prison. Your in-laws voted for Trump? Which state? I don't know if they're more psychic, primordial meow, but definitely we see in cultures where people are, they've talked about cultures where there's a high serf population, and they're dependent on the land and the capricious forces of the weather, and how people tend to become highly superstitious because that combination lends itself to feeling vulnerable to capricious forces. So you'll sometimes see, I wish Leno was here. She would talk about this, but the correlation between, say, how people think in the Appalachians and how people think in remote parts of Eastern Europe is very similar. Fear of the outside world, fear of witches, fear. Oh, is he sulking? Wow, I can't believe how many people voted. Let's talk about something fun. Let's get our minds off of this, because this is not something that we can control. Ignore that laundry. Instead, look at my hand and show empathy for why I cannot fold my laundry. I apologize. All right. Let's do something fun. Let's do a 3-card Monty on anything you guys want to do. But, tomorrow's. You're so sweet. I do have Eastern Europe. I have a very small Eastern European on my mother's side, and my mother was an astrologer, and that side of the family comes from Hungary. So who knows? Hungary, the Ukraine. Jewish gypsies. Beautiful Jewish gypsies. Okay, we're going to do some tarot reading. We've already said a prayer, and it's not going to be politics. Absolutely no politics. Let it go, let it go, let it go, my children. All right. Spirit, can you tell us if beautiful Meghan and Prince Harry, who we love and adore, are going to have another baby? Is it going to be a boy or a girl? Yeah, there we go. Let's plan future babies. Will Meghan and Harry have another child? A celebration is coming for Meghan and Harry. Look at that. Oh, they have a delay. A delay. Many choices. Many choices. Hello, Mila. They're going into smoother waters. Their lives have been better since they left Britain. Oh, Megan's going back to school. She's thinking of becoming political, and she's possibly getting involved in law, becoming legal issues, and something of an activist. So we're going to be seeing education for her, and also education possibly for Harry. I saw him possibly getting a master's degree. He's going into early childhood education. I don't know if he knows it yet, but since parts of his family watch this channel, could you just, yeah, early education if he hasn't figured it out yet. And then the final outcome, she's having another baby. Wish a mazel tov. She's lovely. We love Meghan in West Hollywood, and she treats everyone with the utmost respect because she is a true lady. Rich, poor, she treats everyone the same. Just like, and her mother, she gets that from her mama. Yes, you want to play, but you can't play. All right. Should Mila get married to Artie? She's got a crush on Artie. You hope it's another boy. I was hoping it'd be a girl. A 3-card Monty on Britney Spears. Conservatorship. Oh, that sounds like interesting stuff. Britney Spears conservatorship. There was a decision by somebody higher. Seems to have a religious component. Yeah. So it looks like a judge or somebody came in and they have to decide who the person is going to be to oversee it. There's also a religious component to it. So it could be that she doesn't have the same religious beliefs as her family. Yeah, Britney Spears definitely needs some love and compassion. Look at that tower. You know what you feel when you go into this energy on Britney Spears? I don't know much about her, but it's like they're part of some religious cult or something, and they want to put their hands on her, and that's part of what made her have problems was them. It's like she's being, they've got this religion, and then there's some judge in the middle of it trying to determine what to do with her, and then she's crashing. She doesn't know who she is. Other people are trying to tell who she is. She has to go find herself. Oh, Mila. I was going to throw to see if she should marry Artie. The cat Artie. Okay, the clarification for her. Mila! See, she bites me if I don't play with her. Cut it out, Mila. God, she scared me. Does this have something to do with her dad? Because they're talking about her dad is trying to get close to her. They're fighting, trying to get back to, return back. There's crashing. She has some challenges. I think her father is genuinely worried about her. Good night, Sherry. Yeah, but I don't know if Artie can handle. I don't want you guys looking at my laundry, even though you understand. Like I said, there's no secrets here. Yeah, is her dad like a born-again Christian evangelical or anything like that? Yeah, that's... something's off there, yeah. I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer. Mila, you gonna come up here or are you gonna bite me again? She saw my hand moving and then she went, ah! Oh, that might be the woman that came in. Oh, he is religious. Yeah, there was something about, I just want to get close to you and get my baby daughter back. And she's like, get the fuck away from me. Get the away from me. So there, and the tower was there, like, I don't want you near me, but if you would just come to G, it's that kind of an energy. No, your behavior is proving to me that you've got a problem. No, my behavior is like this because you're annoying me. It's that kind of a dynamic. All right. Oh. Yeah, I mean, before all of this, before they got married, I was doing my remote view thing, and then I fell asleep and I found myself in a lucid dream. And in the lucid dream, it was the day that he had been speaking for the wounded warriors, the vets. That was what I think that was their first joint appearance. But you enter the multiverse when you're in that when you're in a lucid dream, and that was when people were waiting in line to shake his hand. And in the lucid dream, when I got up to shake his hand, um, we were talking about something, and I think it had something to do with the disabled not getting adequate care. They had fought in Afghanistan or whatever, and that was when he made like an angry, flippant comment about the horrific way that the working poor are treated. Like, and that was before the wedding, and it so stunned me that I kind of my jaw dropped because even most even the most liberal American guys are not that liberal. But it's interesting when you meditate on Harry. I always feel like he's an aborigine, like and I think he's got some hidden tattoos. I think he's got like a couple tattoos on him, and he's kind of, yeah, he's got like an aboriginal feel, like perhaps he's had many lifetimes like that. Just very if he's been a prince in previous lifetimes, he was a prince somewhere either in Africa or Australia, New Zealand. There's something about him that's very earthy. He's a very earthy person. I don't care what Trump says. Good night, SS. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm glad if people can finally, if I'm boring you to the point where you can finally get some sleep, then I've done my job. Oh, being his regular crazy self. All right. Where else are you guys? Anybody else you want me to do cards on? The future of meat. Well, every day fake meat gets more. You know how you get fake meat to be really taste like fake meat? They need to start using mushrooms more because mushrooms really give it the consistency. Well, was I ever called a witch? No, I don't think I mean, I started doing palm readings when I was a teenager. Most of my girlfriends loved it. So it wasn't a bad thing. Like I would say, "Let me see your palm. Let me do your cards." Um, yeah. Shrooms and TVP yummers. Yeah. You know, like it, well, corn, you know, Quorn. That's kind of a combination of mushroom, mycelium, and egg white, but they're able to get the consistency. And there's this type of mushroom that they're growing, which is called a beefsteak mushroom. Guys should Google it. It looks like beefsteak, and when you slice it, it jiggles like beefsteak. And so they're thinking that they're experimenting with these types of mycelia that have the look and feel, and they're also high in protein. And so, I mean, it looks like a freaking steak. It's going to get to a point in a very short amount of time where we're going to be able to order a filet mignon and we literally will not be able to know. It's just absolutely amazing. They're doing like they're imaging. They're looking at the microscopic texture of the steak, and then they're trying to replicate it with. It's just so cool. All right. Next famous person. Somebody had asked if I would do John Lewis. People were angry that I didn't do John Lewis. I feel like he's somebody that we respect so much, and he passed away recently. I felt I didn't want to disrespect his memory. You know, maybe in 10, 20 years or something. But it's just too soon. And to play like this with someone like John Lewis, I didn't feel comfortable doing that. Oh, Gary Busey. Lori Loughlin. Oh, yes, she's in trouble. Lori Loughlin. She's still in trouble. She's got the con man, the juggling of coins. So she was caught trying to, do something under the table. It's taken a toll on her relationships. And there's a possibility of it's taken a toll on her relationships. You can see a 5 of Pentacles there. Final outcome, Page of Pentacles. I think she's going to also have to pay financial restitutions in addition to prison. Yeah, a thief attempted to steal. She attempted to steal somebody else's seat at USC. Oh, Kim and Kanye? Oh, let's do Kim and Kanye. Kim and Kanye West. This is her. This is their marriage. This is his stubbornness, his refusal. Inverted King of Pentacles I read as incredibly stubborn. So he stubbornly refuses to take his medication. He stubbornly refuses to listen to feedback from other people. He stubbornly refuses. It's this stubborn refusal that has caused his wife to, I think, isn't she getting educated? But there's more to it than this. She's kind of gone off to seek her life without him, and they could grow apart. As this is looking like they could grow apart because of his behavior, his refusal to take his meds, listen to her, consider her point of view, etc. Let's do a clarification. That's what's possibly going to cost this marriage. Yeah, they're fighting about it. Possibility of a child here. Oh, thanks for the prayers. There's a possibility they'll get a divorce because this is the divorcee over the marriage. Jennifer Aniston, such a beautiful woman, sweet. Why can't she make a relationship work? Ooh, you know what we could do in terms of people who've passed over? People like Robin Williams. We didn't get to everyone who'd passed over. Kanye was, I believe he was diagnosed. He says he was diagnosed as bipolar, but he doesn't like to take the meds because it affects his creativity. But I know, because I've been in relationships with people like that, and they will make you crazy. You know, that, yeah. Who are we pulling on now? Jennifer Aniston? She's a star. Interesting. She says she'd like to become more of a serious actor, so she's planning on doing some, I'm getting it. She's planning on doing more dramatic roles. I think that she's feeling like she's at an age where she can't be like she's getting too old for romantic comedy. She'd like to do more media roles, more serious roles. She's a really sweet person. She has a problem with boundary, and she seems to, for whatever reason, attract emotionally unstable men. That can sometimes happen when you've got a heart of gold, is that you attract these crazy people that walk all over you. They try to get away with stuff that they wouldn't get away with with another person. That might be what's going on with her. Yeah. You know what? Maybe she's a daughter of Oshun, you know, where they give so much love and then they get walked on. Here she is. She's the one that will call it off. So she gives people a chance. She really goes all in. And then when they fail to do what they say they're going to do, I think the man is surprised. Okay, throws in the towel. I think that this sometimes happens where we can sometimes get too comfortable in a relationship and think, well, they'll never leave, and take the other person for granted. She's the kind of person that would not tolerate Jennifer Aniston would not tolerate being taken for granted. Eventually, the relationship runs its course. She leaves. She leaves the emotionally unstable man. So she's attracting men that are brilliant, smart, sometimes emotionally unstable. But the final outcome is the Hermit card, a deep thinker, philosophical, looks for deep relationships. But in the end, she's able to walk away. If a guy can't be her match, if he's not willing to be honest and have a real adult relationship, she will just walk out. That's basically what I saw. All right, let's do one more and then we're going to call it a night. And everybody, please don't worry. We'll freak out tomorrow, but not tonight. Any new news on Nevada? What are we pulling on? What's the next one we're doing? Yeah. Nevada's blue. Okay. Oh, Robin Williams. Let's see if we can get a message from. I love him. Is he not the most whimsical person? He would totally fit in, wouldn't he, in this group? Will Brad Pitt's is Brad Pitt alone again? Yeah, see what I mean about Nevada? That is just too close for comfort for me. Whew. Okay, we're gonna do Robin Williams. Usually I put on makeup for you folks. I went to the Medi Spa and they're doing the light treatment. I've had 2 to get rid of my lights, my spots. That hurts. It's like zap, zap, zap. It's like what I do for you, what I do for love. Okay, Robin Williams. You know, it's interesting. He's talking here about family, um, legacy. I don't know. This is somebody who, the energy of this person is like somebody who is saying that to be bright, to be sunny, the sun, the king of wands. This is an energy of someone that's telling us not to take things so seriously. Like, I think sometimes we take the wrong things seriously. I would say he's in a really good place. Look at that. 2 major arcanas. Happy. He is a happy, happy spirit. Stressed a lot when he was alive. He was very worried that people didn't like him. He was very worried about being misunderstood. Didn't always trust people. Was cautious. Very worried about disappointing people. He had a health challenge. Heartbroken, also emotional upset. He grieved. Yeah, he was not in a good place when he passed. But look at how great his cards were. I mean, like he had that beautiful sun energy, that we should be light. Oh, Kelly Ann. What a dreadful woman. Oh, can't we do like non-political people? Well, as soon as they count Michigan and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, we'll know, but I don't know. I mean, didn't they basically say that they're not going to start counting stuff until tomorrow? Didn't they stop? And then they'll start again? Something like that. What a nut job. Yeah, he's oh, let's do Johnny Depp. He's so cute. I was once an extra on a movie with Johnny Depp. It was really great. Okay, they're calling Arizona for Biden. Trump's having a temper tantrum because he's seen the exit polls from the votes. See, we had the people vote early and then we tallied them so that he couldn't steal the election in Pennsylvania. That's secretly what's going on and why he's having a pissy fit. We out-scammed him. Oh. Yeah. Michael Jackson. Okay, let's look at Mike. Okay, let's take a look. Michael Jackson. I was going to go to bed, but what? It's a very interesting energy. He's somebody who presents energetically as almost paranoid about the outside world, almost paranoid about other people getting too close. And then his worst, he was worried that people would get too close, find out who he really was, and that he would be exposed. That's the feeling. That he never wanted people to get too close. Also, his relationship with, his foundation here was a time of strife. Didn't want people to get too close to him. So that's like a paranoia. Don't we're not friends. It's that kind of an energy. Very lonely. This was a lonely person who trusted no one and felt betrayed by his lovers. So this is somebody, he's somebody who seems to not let anyone get too close, keeps secrets, doesn't trust anyone. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think the news is kind of entertaining. Watching Trump have a complete meltdown. Because he probably is going to lose the Rust Belt because we outsmarted him. Keanu Reeves? Yeah, he's a nice guy. Want to do Keanu Reeves? Oh, what about Elvis? Oh, we're doing dead people. That's so much funner. Yeah, give me a couple years to grieve John Lewis, and then when it's appropriate, maybe we'll do John Lewis. All right. So we're doing Keanu Reeves. Is that what we're doing? Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, he passed away. That's good. Let's see. Oh, no, we're going to do Elvis first. Okay, let's do Elvis. It's interesting. He presents as somebody who had no social skills. He had very few social skills. He spent a tremendous amount of time practicing and performing, but really wasn't very good one-on-one. Cards are similar to Michael Jackson, Karma card. It was like faded. Worked very hard, but it led to emotional instability, problems in his marriage, fighting, crash. Again, stubborn. He did not do well in his interpersonal relationships, it's saying. Like a lot of entertainers, they're great entertaining the crowd, but one-on-one is a little difficult. Yeah, defensive. Very Christian kind of imagery. Stop the boat. I'm telling you, people, Trump lost because they had the exit polls at 3:30. They just want us to continue to. But, they're saying a solid 290 for Biden, but wouldn't it be great if it was more? So I wonder what the final count will be. That's interesting. So regarding Elvis, he had a judgment card, like to be called home. Like the Lord called me home. It's that kind of, he has a crash that might've been of his overdose. And then this feeling that he's being judged. So he had very deep Christian ideas. This presents as someone who almost has a personality disorder in the sense that it's somebody who doesn't, they just don't seem to have adult, mature social skills. That's kind of what I get from both him and from Michael Jackson. James Spader. Avenatti's a political person. No, I don't want to do politics. We got to get off politics. Politics is boring. It's when I was dating Michael in Australia, the cute Australian boy. Um, when he found out that I was a remote viewer, I mean, he wanted to send me off. It was awesome. He would like send me to go places. It was great. But with him, it was much funner because he would send me to like different astral states. Like he would have me like, okay, well, we're going to have you meditate on these Hebrew letters and draw down this energy. And we would just start flying off into these amazing spiritual states. And I thought, wow, this is so much funner than politics. It's such a funner thing to do with those skills than this. Who's in Sydney? Kristen, will you marry me? If you live in Sydney, I will marry you. Oh, I love Gilda Radner. Let's do Gilda Radner. We adore her. Gilda Radner. We're not going to have 270 for Biden until the Rust Belt is counted. Okay, Gilda Radner. Yeah, actors, performers. Yeah, we got enough. We're doing dead people readings to get people's minds off the craziness of the election. But 9 of Wands, so a feeling of defensiveness in Gilda Radner, and then the river Styx imagery, right? To pass on was a healing crisis. Oh, she was talking private information that she had a difficult pregnancy that she didn't talk about. She had maybe a fallopian pregnancy or something like that. Something about a baby that it might have been because of her health problems. She wasn't able to have a normal pregnancy. You know what's wild about her is when you go into Gilda Radner, I have a friend who's a channeler. And when he channels, people will show up as themselves energetically in a really specific way. That's kind of how you get with Gilda Radner. Like, I don't know if she changed much. I mean, it's a very interesting energy. Huh. I'm telling you guys, Biden won. 290. They knew at 3:30. I think he's going to get more than 290, but they were conservatively calling 290. Sherry, it's not going to move until tomorrow. Cheryl, sorry. Who we doing? Okay. I love Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner. They're such a cute couple. Now they're together. Jeff Goldblum. I actually have met Jeff Goldblum. He's a really nice guy. He plays jazz on the weekends. All right, let's do one more because I really have to pee and my cat's disgusted with me. What did Biden win? The 290, because they calculated from the exit polls, because they already knew that they had already figured out what the mail-in ballots were. And the exit polls were so high, they knew they had won Pennsylvania. So when you add Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, Arizona, they knew they were at 290. But I'll be honest with you, what horrifies me is the Senate. That's the horrifying thing. He already took central Nebraska. He already took Omaha. Yeah, we will count the votes. They're still counting the votes. They've got like 2 weeks to seal an election. Oh, I think we did get over 300. This is voter suppression and stolen. I mean, can you believe the chutzpah of being that type of a criminal, where you stack? I mean, the genius of psychopathy. And you hire, I mean, like, who would think to do that and block votes? I mean, the guy needs to literally be dragged out on a rail. And it's exactly what Biden said. It was his single biggest concern, was an attempt to steal the election. I would marry Lana. Sure, why not? She'd get me out of here. Ari Melber, you like, ask Whimsy if ever get with Ari Melber is very cute, but he's way too young for me. I would totally go for a younger Eugene Levy, because he's just so kind. I like kind, funny guys. You know, that's kind of my flavor. Who are smart. You think Ari Melber is mean? Why? Sam Cedar. Who's Sam Cedar? I don't know. All right, one more. Let's do one more. Well, if we had had Elizabeth Warren, would we have won or lost? What do you think? Would we have won the West? I don't know. Well, I like guys that are sexy too, though. I like guys to have a little bit of a sex appeal. That's a nightmare if we've lost the Senate, because it means we can't get rid of the fricking Mitch McConnell. Okay, we'll do John Candy. John Candy. 238, Joe Biden. Russell Crowe. I heard he's a jerk. John Candy. Oh, bad habits led to his passing. Too much food, too much good food. Passing. The Empress. That's kind of a beautiful imagery. Yeah, it's interesting. What you get with John Candy is that he's somebody who talks about the fact that he had a series of bad habits that may have led to him leaving early. Then you have the death due to foolish choices. You know that movie he made about his mother? It seems to be he had an inverted temper card over his mother. That can also be issues with sobriety. So he could be saying here that he possibly had a drinking problem, which is very common, I think, in when he was growing up. I think he grew up Irish Catholic, uh, working middle class. Hang out at it was pub culture. All right, everybody. I don't think anybody knows what the count in the Senate is until the votes are counted. So I think all of this is really not responsible. Right, exactly. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging in my bed with me. Night. Night, everyone. Don't worry. Don't worry.